Ma'am, how it has been now since we are coming closer towards the election scenario? How it has been for TMC since the time it has landed in Goa? They had done their survey, everything. People have joined from Goa. How it has been for you?
It's actually been a very good journey and a wonderful journey. It's gone as expected. You know, a lot of people question the timing of when we had come to Goa and why we've come so late and all of those. And I think a lot of those questions have been answered now, because we obviously came on the back of our biggest fight was in Bengal. We are a party that is based in Bengal. And if we had come here without that stamp of victory from Bengal, I don't think our credentials to be in Goa would have been as well taken as they have now. So it is very important that on the back of this victory in Bengal, with Mamata Banerjee emerging as the only one to take on the BJP, when we've come to Goa, we've done it at the right time. There's only time. So as they say, when your eyes open is when the dawn begins. So the dawn has begun, and it's been very good. We obviously did a big bang campaign and managed to get the symbol and our leader and our party into every booth in Goa. And that's not an easy task for a new party to come in. But I think in the 3 months, there are other parties who have been here for much longer. But even compared to them, the visibility, if you ask, don't fool to anybody in the village, they all know. Whether they vote for us or not is something else. But the fact that everybody here knows Mamata Banerjee, knows the symbol of the party, and is aware that the TMC is fighting everywhere. That's where we wanted to be now, and that's where we are. We've received a great welcome from the people of Goa. We have received our share of criticism, which is normal. But we've had a very good bunch of people who have joined us. Women, activists, a very balanced set of individuals who have joined us. So not just people who are career politicians, but people from all walks of life.
You think TMC should have been much more earlier? Then he could have learned a little bit of more Konkani, like how you say, don't fool up.
I wish, but like I said, that everyone's circumstances are different. So for us, when would we have come? Could we have come in 2019, knowing that we had the 21 assembly in Bengal? Please understand. For a party, there's only so much of human resource and there's only so much of bandwidth that any party has at any given time. So if we had to, our biggest fight was to keep the BJP out of Bengal. The Tamil Nadu and Bengal are the two last bastions left that they wanted to conquer. And the way they came at us with everything, the Prime Minister making daily trips, had we not won that battle, you would not have taken me seriously, sir. So we had to fight that battle, we had to emerge victorious. And only with that victory stamp could we come here. So this was decided by history, it was not decided by us, Yes, we wish we could have come 20 years earlier, but that's not the political reality.
So after 3 months down the lane, how do you see now, just 1 month left for assembly elections, how much TMC is aggressive and heading towards the elections go?
I think we've been very aggressive from the day go. That's our style. We are not a party that rests on its laurels. We are very aggressive. All of us, it's a very dynamic party. It's a young party. And I think that philosophy is percolating down to every booth worker in TMC. And so today we are completely ready to face the elections, and it's in a month's time. We formed an alliance with the MJP, as you know. And apart from that, we're also, like we've said, we are open to anybody who is ready to take on the BJP. They will not face any problems for us. We have no ego. We are here to defeat the BJP.
Can TMC form the government the way you say in Goa?
Look, you're asking me as an MP of the Trinamool Congress. That's not an answer. That's not a question to which I'm going to say. Yes, so that's not a question to which I'm going to say.
Now looking at the scenario in Goa.
Look, it all depends on the voters. You can't, but I can tell you this much, that the BJP is not forming the government. The BJP is not in a situation to win. Whether if you ask the person on the street, you ask the vegetable vendor, you ask the person who is selling tea, you ask the person who is driving a taxi, everybody will tell you that public opinion is not with the BJP. Now, it is not with the BJP, but in what combination against the BJP we form the government, that is the only thing left. But the BJP is not winning.
For the past so many months, we have seen you, 3 months, we have seen you moving everywhere, meeting people and all. How has been the connection with the local? It may be a vendor or a down-to-earth person.
See, we are all grassroots politicians. Our party, Trinamool, means grassroots, and this is not something that is new to us. We have never sat in an office and done politics. We've all come up the hard way. So for us, for example, when I took charge, the first thing I needed to do was, I could have sat in Panjim office and said, everybody come here. I didn't do that. The first thing I did was, I made sure I went once to every single of the 40 seats. and met with the workers there, so they would feel like, yes, the state in charge has come to us and met with us. So that's one thing I did first round. Then the second round also. So at least in every seat, I have a face that I can connect with. I can remember who the workers are, and they know that man came, that they have. So that connection is very important. So tomorrow if they have a problem against anybody, they can pick up the phone, they can call me and say, ma'am, who do we talk to? Even if I don't have time to meet, I can put them in touch with someone.
Okay.
So this connection, especially for a small state like Goa, where everybody knows everybody, is important as a newcomer, I think.
Ma'am, parties are there, but we have seen Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee giving much more importance to Goa now, and frequently traveling to Goa, meeting people. How do you see this, especially for TMC's gain in Goa?
See, the issue is this, for us, when we go in somewhere, we go in all guns blazing. We don't do anything half-hearted, right? So now there are 5 states going to the polls. There's Punjab, there's Uttar Pradesh, there's Uttarakhand, there's Manipur, and there's Goa. Trinamool is only fighting in Goa. So for us, in this phase, that for us, it is important that we put all our energies into fighting. In 2 years' time, Tripura will come. We will fight there. So, whatever is happening now, we live in the present and we live in the now. So for us, it is no point in having a 20-year plan if we can't win the battle that is on our doorstep. So even though Mamata Banerjee is a 3-time chief minister, she has made 3 trips to Goa and she will come again. So when we go in fighting, we never go in thinking that we are going to lose. We go in that we are going to win and we are going to give it everything. See, in the end, winning or losing depends on the electorate. Nobody can predict it. No leader can predict it. But at least you can go to bed thinking you've tried. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you can think, I've done everything. And that's what we're doing.
Now, since election code of conduct is enforced, by when the first list could come?
14th is the first day of is the notification, and the 21st is, of course, when nominations open. 21st to 27th. So we will have to come out with a list between the 14th and the 21st.
Tell us how important.
We don't usually come out with first list. We usually do it in one go.
Was it a big boost to get Reginald into your kitty?
Well, I think so. He's a two-term MLA. He's very well liked in the within the community there, and yes, I think it was. It was good. We are happy he's in the party.
How much people have understood the things which you all have come up with, the Griya Lakshmi card and the other things?
I think the Griya Lakshmi card has been taken very well because we have managed to. There are about 3.5 lakh households in Goa, 10-11 lakh people, but 3.5 lakh households. We have managed with this card to reach about 2.5 lakh households. So people have actually gone to that household, knocked on the door, explained to them what that card is. And even if 20-30% of that converts, that is still a very good, I would say a very good way of getting through to everyone. So the Griya Lakshmi is very easy to understand. It's not difficult to understand, and we've done it in Bengal. We call it Lakshmi Bhandar there, and there we don't give it to the one head of household, we give it to all the women there, which is why the numbers are different there. But it's still, as a percentage of the budget, it's still the same. It's about 6% of the budget. And in Goa, I think this is something that is needed. People look at it as a dole. It's not, nothing is a dole, right? Is an old age pension a dole? If a person has worked all your life, is that pension a dole? If this is people who are getting that benefit directly as female head of household, then I don't think that is a dole. It is taxpayers' money which is being redistributed within a welfare state. So it's not a dole. Please don't look at it like that. And so the Griya Lakshmi card has really taken off. Really, really taken off. Everyone's talking about it. Even if they don't know the name, they'll say, wo jo 5,000 ka card hai. So that has been very good. And the others is the Yuva Shakti card, which is the 4%. And the BJP said, oh, we have something like this. We give loans at 3%. They've only had 2,800 people who have taken up. In a population, in voters of 11 lakhs, you've given loans to only 2,800 youth. Then how can you say that your percolation is important? It's not just creating a scheme, it is making sure people take advantage of it. So this scheme is at 4%, it's a credit line of 20 lakhs, so you only pay interest on how much you are taking. If you have taken a limit of 2 lakhs, you only pay on that too, you don't pay up to 20. It's at 4%, and most important for most people who come from an impoverished background or people who are looking to start is they can't have collateral. They may not own a house, they may not have a car, what do you mortgage? So where the state is guarantor, this is something which is good for people to have their first break.
BJP is saying this is a game plan of TMC and nothing else, nothing will work out.
Who is talking about this? Do we need an endorsement from the BJP? For a Prime Minister who came to power saying he will give 50,000 rupees to everybody, and then Amit Shah comes and says that was just a ploy for the election, wo to kehte hi hai election ke time mein. They are the ones who are the best and gimmicks. We have done what we have shown. What Mamata Banerjee has said in our manifesto, we will do Kanyashri, we have done it. We will do Lakshmi Bhandar within 2 months of coming to power. 1.6 crore women have been signed up for the scheme. So we've got a track record. We don't need any stamp of approval from, especially from someone as a BJP who's a king of gimmicks, king of lies, and king of jumlas. People in Goa have seen it. They've lost the plot in Goa.
On another side, they have been saying talks on this co-Congress party needs to come together so to keep out BJP at bay. How would you comment on that?
That is to keep the BJP at bay, like we've always said, that to keep the BJP at bay, the Trinamool will do what it will need to do. We've done it in the past. We've done it in the past and we will do it again. So it is a political reality for us. We need to save the soul of India from the BJP. I think for every opposition party, putting aside their ego and concentrating on this big fight, because this fight is not Rahul Gandhi's fight. This fight is not Mamata Banerjee's fight. This fight is not Stalin's fight. This fight is India's fight. You've got BJP on one side and you've got all of us on the other side. And whatever we need to do, when we need to do it, we need to do. Because the BJP cannot be coming back. They were not even voted in Goa in 2017. They've run a backdoor government for 5 years. Are we going to let them do it again? So,
how? Because that is a big question mark in Goa. That's saying that one candidate gets elected on one party, suddenly with that two-third merger and defection, they defect. How would you see that if tomorrow your MLAs get elected, they don't do that?
See, Trinamool as a party has never, if you see us, nobody who's got elected has after election, our rate of defection is probably the lowest. And I think that that's something that the people of Goa have to put out a very strong message. Like the people, the 10 MLAs or whoever who went over, they've gone to the constituency people should have told them that we elected you on a Congress ticket, how can you go to BJP? That BJP is the antithesis of the Congress. We have elected you on a Congress ticket, for example. How can you go, for example, in Kunkolin? You have given it to X. You have gone over to the side of the enemy, and you are coming back for 4 years shamelessly. So this is something that the electorate of Goa, the people of Goa have to say we have zero tolerance for. If you defect after winning, do not show your face. Only then will candidates get. Apart from anti-defection law, what kind of whip or discipline does a party have on people once they win? Even the anti-defection law has no teeth in India. You've seen that over and over again. Are we going to tie up people if people's own greed makes them do stupid things? There's a limit to what anyone can do. You can't control people in your own family sometimes. How can a party always control? I mean, some parties like Mamata ji is very good at. We are a disciplined party. But sometimes these things happen. So I think electorate, ultimately, the MLA is answerable to. So electorate and voters have to say that if you have gone to the other party, don't show your face here. And that kind of strong reaction has to come. So there is zero tolerance for this.
How many more promises TMC would come up before election?
Well, mode of election code of conduct has come in. So we will be going with these two big things. The two big things are obviously the Griya Lakshmi card and the Yuva Shakti card. And we are coming up with one more launch tomorrow. And then whatever the manifesto is, that's it.
Ma'am, finally, any number that your TMC would like to contest on how many candidates?
Before it's only 1 week more. Just hold your horses. You know everything in 1 week.
Okay, and what would be your message to the people of Goa?
I tell the people of Goa, be brave and hold your leaders accountable. Do not let people use you as a platform, get elected, and then go over to the other side. Do not do that. Hold people accountable and make sure this time who you voted is accountable to you. And come on, if you want change, vote for it. Don't just say you want change, right? Walk the talk. We have walked the talk. I'm asking people of Goa to walk the talk. You want change? You don't want the BJP? Put your money where your mouth is.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for that.
Thank you very much.